So here I will explain for all users how UV mapping works a little bit and why it's confusing and why sometimes it gives you problems. So I was making this toy, this sailboat, and here I was having problem with the UV mapping. So in here, as you can see, the UV mapping is texture mapping in here, and you have a lot of options, and on the position there was 4, so that was giving me problem. Okay, so what I have done here is in another file, I will explain you a little bit how this works, and what I'm going to do is use some visualization. This is the texture, let's say. So we are going to delete the UV mapping. This is the UV mapping, okay? And we are going to create one, just a new one. I'm not going to explain how to make different UV mappings here, but how to fix some bugs when you are importing the UV mapping to other tools, when you are importing the model to other tools. So we can see that here the unfold is almost close to the end. Everything is fine. So 0099, the UV mapping goes from 0 to 1, and when we try to export this, okay, to let's say Rhino, it comes perfectly well, okay, and that's because here is 0, 2, and 1, okay. Also could be because on the material the texture is not repeated. This must be 2-1. In rendering, if you modify this, the mapping, it will repeat itself, okay, in ray trace it, in rendering, okay. So the UV inspector is independent of these values, okay. So if you alter the position, as you can see, it's making like a scale. I don't know why it's called position when it's scaling here. And as you can see, the UV mapping is not modified, okay. The inspector does not show you that. So when we export to another software, okay, and we import it, you see you have another UV mapping different from what is showing you Rhino. So Rhino do not show you the real UV mapping, okay. It's like independent this to this visualization. So you can do things here. For example, what I was doing is to put size to 1, because I was thinking that the size must be 1, correct? And so doing so, when you export, in Rhino looks good, but when you export in other application, you get problems, okay. So for example, in here, okay, this UV mapping was 1, the size was 1, and so exporting this inside other application, you will get this narrow surface. This a mesh and it's very narrow, you see, and also is a quarter, half, usually is half of what it's supposed to have. So if you return back to 2, okay, and repeat is in 1, you see, you got this visualization, and exporting should be okay. Let's see what happened. Yes, I will export this. Okay, and now let's update. You see, here it is okay. So I mean, it's not a very thin problematic mesh. It's the same mesh. The mesh is okay, but it's not using all the UV space in this case. Okay. So let's see what is happening. Here is all in 0. This is in 2. This is in 1. Maybe it could be the texture could be sometimes. Let's see. We try 1 here. Okay. Could be that. Horizon update. Let's see if it was. Yes, that was okay. So also the material will affect your UV mapping. Hope help you to debug